That movie really didn't add much, did it?
Told you so. But it's over. Time to figure out what to watch next. And I guess it's your turn.
We need something more recent, something more epic, something more currently popular to bring in hits. Attack on Titan!
Do they even have an English dub for that yet? I mean, Attack on Titan? Anime Indecision. Isn't this show kind of overhyped? I don't entirely trust any show that's unanimously declared Anime of the Year.
I know this is difficult for you to accept, but sometimes things are popular because they're good.
Most of the time they're popular because people are dumb.
But I like it.
Okay, I'll give it a chance. What's it about?
Years and years ago, mankind was attacked and almost wiped out by humanoid giants called Titans. They came seemingly out of nowhere, are nearly unstoppable, and eat people for no apparent reason, since they don't even use them for nutrition. All that was left of the human race has survived by pulling back behind 3 concentric rings of immense walls. But now, a new generation of youngsters who've never known life outside the walls must face these horrors as some new, more powerful Titans appear, breaking through the outermost wall and pushing humanity back into an even smaller territory.
Oh, right. The war story where humanity is defeated and demoralized by giant babies.
Yes, that one. That's not really fair, though. Most Titans may look like oblivious, oversized humans, but with their disproportional bodies and crazy uncanny valley faces, the impossibility of understanding or communicating with them, the show makes them strangely frightening. And they are nigh invincible, their one weak spot being the back of their neck, a tricky spot to reach, considering they are giants.
Oh my god, they really are babies! Their weak spot is a fontanelle!
This is not light popcorn fare. This is a deep show that will drag out genuine emotion. It's dark, it's dreary, and in many ways it is like a serious war film, despite the fantasy elements.
I agree. I actually find it to be too much sometimes. This show can be legitimately difficult to watch. Titan sometimes goes 5 or 6 episodes in between uplifting moments. It's downright depressing.
But the series shows how indomitable the human spirit and hope can be. It just does that by creating the grimmest possible situations. Attack on Titan is not for the faint of heart, and probably the most gruesome and graphic show we've looked at.
Believe me, I'm no stranger to gore. This show really is balls-to-the-walls brave in what they show, and it's gore for a purpose, to emphasize the hopelessness. So I can give it a pass there. For me, when I was watching, I couldn't stop. I'd stay up late binge-watching, but as soon as I did stop, it would take me a few days before I could bring myself to try and watch more. And the pacing didn't help.
You got me there. The pacing isn't always ideal.
Not ideal? More than once they've dedicated half a season to a single battle.
It was a big battle?
It'll take people 3 episodes to get past the 2-sentence overview you gave at the beginning. Now, to be fair, Attack on Titan, like most anime, is an adaptation of a comic book series. And I see pacing problems like this all the time. But this show really stretches on in places.
In places, but it also has spectacular battle scenes and great animation. And unlike Death Note, it uses that to full advantage. In order to have a chance against the overwhelming force and size of the giants, the humans had to harness their speed and ingenuity. Their solution? Become steampunk Spider-Man.
Because screw physics, it's cool.
Platoons of humans fling themselves off buildings and through the streets at breakneck speeds, supported only by a complicated pulley and cable system attached at their waist.
How do they control their maneuvering anyways? With their butt muscles?
They have controls in their sword handles.
Ah yes, with their giant battle box cutters.
But the show's not held up on battles alone. While it's true there are slow moments, the plot never lets up for long Most episodes are wham episodes with brutal twists and turns that keep you hooked, and somehow they stand up to repeated viewings too, because watching it again, knowing what's coming, you can see the build-up and feel the tension, even when events seem to come out of nowhere the first time through.
I must admit, the plot's what kept me coming back. Even now, I still want to know what happens next. This is the first show we've looked at that isn't concluded, and I can't wait to see what comes in
Season 2.
And it's not another tournament or adventure show. This is war. They don't gloss over the horror and the many deaths. Many characters have powerful reactions to violent deaths, even though they may not have time to do anything but to move on. Troops become demoralized. Characters snap and break and flip out, and you can't blame them. Sometimes it's hard to believe how much terror they have to put up with and just keep going.
And then there's the just plain ridiculous scenes and characters. There are scenes that I'm pretty sure are supposed to be completely serious, but I lose it when the characters start yelling everything declaratively.
It's a Japanese dramatical style thing. It can come off silly at times, but it doesn't distract too much from the tension here. Besides, this is a top-quality IG production, the same company that did Standalone Complex. They can take an iffy scene and make it compelling. The show would work a lot less well in less professional hands.
Still, I was getting whiplash, going from harsh demoralization to silly declaration. And then there's the damn wallists. Oh, let's worship some 50-year-old walls like a god! We can't make defensive modifications, we'd be altering our gods!
Yeah, they're special.
Then they die. Thank goodness. No way is that a spoiler. Here's the thing. Everybody dies. If they get so much as a 2-second introduction, they're gonna die. And the show will expect you to care about every single death, even though characters sometimes die by the bucket load. The show can do a good job, and there are meaningful and shocking deaths, but sometimes it gets tedious.
But most of the characters they choose to focus on are really great. We have Eren, with a slightly mysterious past, who's dedicated to killing the Titans.
Obsessed with killing them. He says, "I'll kill them all," on average once an episode.
Not quite that often. Then there's Armin. He's weak, he freezes up and fails during some of his first battles, but can you really say you wouldn't? He survives by the skin of his teeth, and he blooms into an excellent tactician.
And Girl Major.
Mikasa.
She's so badass. She kind of makes the show for me. She's incredibly loyal to her friends and will move heaven and earth to save them. Again, and again, and again. And
there's Hanji, the awesome, crazy Titan researcher. She loves science so hard she might be sexually attracted to it.
Cientia sexual for sure. She was awesome too. I regularly fear for her life.
You sound pretty enthused and excited for someone who doesn't like it.
Look, I think it's overhyped. Not bad. It's good. I just don't think it's fantastic. And I can think of a lot of shows that I enjoyed more. Plus, I can't recommend watching it episode by episode as it comes out. I recommend binge watch it. That's what I'm gonna do for
Season 2.
Hide from spoilers for months, and then watch the whole thing.
Well, I have to watch it as it comes out. The world is merciless like that.
Here's hoping against hope they go back to the first opening theme, though. It was epic, and always got me pumped to watch the misery to come. You know what? Put it on. I only saw it once. Maybe I'll catch those pre-twist hints this time.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, I can do this. I'm down. Let's get in on some baby-killing action. That didn't come out the way I intended it.
Let's just put in the DVD.